This is D.B Richards from the 2300 Wrestling Podcast, and I am with
Brian Murphy, commentator at the world famous Monster Factory, helping out with We Are One. Soon to hopefully be some other locations, but yeah, it's been a good time.
Congrats with the whole Apple TV show and all
Thank
that.
you.
That's
Thank you.
freaking awesome. I enjoy that stuff. I watched the whole series and I was like, holy crap.
Thank you for viewing.
Oh, dude, anything. Wrestling's life, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah. I always let my guests go first, you know what I mean? So you pick a spot, drop it in, and then we'll have some fun talking. So
is that the most common?
Everybody goes right down the middle. So yeah, it's so common. So what got you into pro wrestling?
Actually, when I was a kid, my buddy got SmackDown versus Raw 2010.
Okay.
And everybody was like, "Oh my God, that's like
the game."
The game, yeah. We were all playing it. And it's some of the most fun I've had with a video game. Yeah, you got me here. Got me thinking. So we were playing that. They got really into the show after that, and I was still kind of like observing. I hadn't quite, gotten into it myself yet. Right as I got into it, they found out, it's predetermined.
Predetermined, yes.
And they fell out of it. I fell more in love with it, and
that's what's so great about it.
Yeah,
like it's like a movie screen, and you're trying to figure out what's going on. You know what I mean?
100%.
And
for me, wrestling is it's the simplest form of conflict in a way. Like it's two people trying to win a match. And off of that skeleton, you can hang we've seen the outrageous stuff that the crazy stories of I'm trying to think of the most outlandish one, but of course I'm blanking right now. But off of that, you can just tell some really cool stories. I think we can all agree the Bloodline story was
oh my gosh, one of the best things on television.
Yeah. On television at large. I think it sincerely can compete with so many, different mediums and forms of media. So, gotta cut that off. Shut that down real quick.
Okay, Danny Cage. Yeah. Everybody wants to know about Danny Cage. What was the best advice he ever gave you?
Best advice? I think it was, to put up a filter. When I work in drug and alcohol recovery as well.
Okay.
So there's a saying of take what's useful, leave the rest.
Yeah.
And he has a similar mindset. And there's a reason why, in AA and stuff like that, mantras build up. And there's a reason why they do. And that's the same core that Danny's sitting at is what, I'm trying to say is you got to be able to filter what's important,
correct?
And apply what's useful, and not get too hung up. It also applies to what you're saying to yourself. You don't want to get too hung up on oh man, I didn't hit this the best I could. Well, don't discourage yourself going the next day. If your workout isn't perfect on one day, make it just that much better the next. Man. Gotta give up the goat on one of these.
Yep.
I'm gonna go this one.
So when they started doing the whole TV series, what was your opinion about it all?
So it was kind of when I was starting out that they started filming.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be very reality show shot. How it's very just naturalistic, documentary, or I don't even know the correct word, but documentary style.
Yeah.
But to see it come together, oh man, I really like myself here. To see it really come together and how the thing I'm impressed with most, I think. Let's see, are we? I think we're at a draw.
I think we are. Let's look at before we end this all. I think it is a draw. You're my second draw ever.
Really?
Yes. So let's a little. So I listened to Danny Cage when he was on Talk is Jericho.
Yeah,
I
that was
listened
really
to him, Preston Steve. I thought that was amazing because I was at work driving down the road and I hear them talking about Danny Cage and the Monster Factory. You know? And when Jericho was on Preston Steve, they brought up Danny Cage on the show.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I see how nice Danny Cage is. I talked to him because I wanted to get him on my podcast at one point, and he gave me his number. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was kind of cool at a Ring Honor show. And it's like I had never used it, but like you know what I mean. But I know he's on my goal list to get on my podcast, my regular podcast, or maybe a Connect Four in the future. You know what I mean? But like he's dude. Like
Dude.
It sucks because like he trained so many people and not getting that much credit. It sucks. It's like when people go, what schools to go to, I say Super Crazy, Monster Factory, and I mean it too because, dude, you guys are amazing coming out. You know what I mean? So
Thank you.
congrats with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at me. Mimi did so amazing. Sucked they'd let her go from WWE, but she has so
she'll
much
find her way
potential.
back. You know,
She
I
has
have
so
no
much
doubt.
potential, and
Yeah.
lot of credit to her. So
So some of it's just like time and place, and like I think even Gabby talked about it in the documentary.
Yeah.
Like they were looking at one thing when I was this age, and now they're looking at a different thing when I was
Yeah.
that age, and like flip flop, and like stuff comes back around.
just go out there and just have fun. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we're gonna end this now. Tell everybody your social media.
You can find me at Brian Murphy PW. That's Brian with an I, and that's on let's see, Instagram, Facebook. You can find me just under Brian Murphy, and you can find Brian Murphy on Twitter as well, Brian Murphy PW. Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Before you go, if somebody wants to learn how to train and all, where does he go?
Oh, hey, look up the Monster Factory on Google, and for real, the phone number you find on there, that's Danny Cage's number. Call him up, talk to him, say you're interested in training, come on down to Paulsboro. You know, we're excited with things coming with the documentary, and for real, how cinematic it is, man, it blew me away. So like, definitely check out Monster Factory on Apple TV Plus. I promise you, it's worth the subscription. It's a great time, you know.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Hey, likewise. Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you in the ring. Yep.